If you're hearing the sound of the waves and wondering to yourself whether this is going to be one of those overly positive motivational talks filled with cliched quotes like, "You're not a wave, you're part of the ocean." No, this is not going to be anything like that. At least I hope it's not like that. So last year on September 28, in the middle of a pandemic, I turned 30 years old. I've always thought turning 30 is going to be one of the worst things in my life thanks to that one Friends episode.
Why, God, why?
But honestly, the morning I turned 30, I didn't really feel any different. Yeah, I had a really bad hangover, but apart from that, nothing much had changed. But if there's one thing that I've realized ever since I turned 30, is this. I hate my friends. Okay, let me explain this with a little time travel session. I have to take you back around 20 years to the year 2001. So in 2001, I watched this movie. It was a film called Dil Chahta Hai. It's about three friends whose friendships evolve over time. There's a lot to love in this film, but there's one iconic scene that I keep going back to all the time. Akash, Samir, and Sid, best friends forever, they're sitting on top of Chapora Fort in North Goa. No one is really saying anything, it's really silent, and it's just the sound of the waves that's filling in the silences. And then Akash, who's always the one to break the silence, he says, "Man, you know what? We should come to Goa for at least a week every year." Samir agrees, but as usual, Sid, the contemplative philosopher that he is, he's deeply lost in thought. When Akash and Samir notice this and they ask him what's up, he just points to a ship on the edge of the horizon. He's like, "Do you see that ship over there? We're all like that ship. It's visible right now, but it has its own destination, and after a point, it's going to drift away and disappear. And based on our goals and ambitions and careers, the three of us are going to drift away too. And forget coming to Goa for a week every year. It's going to be difficult to meet even once every 10 years. Akash obviously disagrees, and he tells Sid that one line that every boy or every man has said to his other friends, at least at some point in their life. He says, "Hey Sid, we were, are, and always will be friends. Forever." I was 10 years old and I had no understanding of the real world, so I believed Akash, obviously. I believe that the friends you make early on in your life are going to be the ones that stick around you forever, and it took me years to realize that it was Sid who was really right. The friends that I have today are the same people that I've known ever since I was a child. I've grown up with them, I've laughed with them, I've tried to hide my tears with them, made the biggest mistakes with them, made the wildest memories with them, traveled to new places with them, and wasted a lot of time in the same old places with them. I watched them fall in love, I watched them break their hearts, I watched them fall in love again and then get married to other friends, and they've done the same thing for me. I've seen them be there for me even if I've not always been there for them. And then as we entered the 30s, things have slowly started changing. Everyone's gotten a lot more busier with their lives. Most of them are married now, so milk packets, vegetable prices, shopping lists, rent, house repairs, cooking plans, and then spending quality time with their partners. All of this has become much more important than spending time with friends. Investment plans and health insurance have replaced booking tickets for the next vacation. Client meetings and sales figures have replaced drunken nights filled with different versions of the same old stories. Some of them are even having kids and moving to different countries in search of better jobs or a better future for their children. The few of them who aren't yet married are either trying to get married or trying to move abroad to study or just trying to figure out what to do with their lives. Even a couple of years ago, we didn't really need much of an excuse to hang out with each other. We would be around each other all the time. But now it's just reduced to meeting one or two friends just once or twice a month, and these WhatsApp video calls, which I personally can't bring myself to do very easily. I know the theaters are closed, but even if they were open, I don't know when the next group movie trip is going to be. I don't know the next time that we're going to go driving aimlessly to find the next restaurant to eat. The ships that always stuck together at the harbor have slowly started drifting away in different directions in search of their own destinies and destinations. And for a long time, I was really angry with my friends for being this way. I hated them for being selfish and going after what they wanted instead of preserving what we already have. And then I asked myself, what would I have done if I was in their place? Would I have done things any differently? Would I have not gone after my own goals and my future just because I get to hang out with my friends? Maybe I was being selfish. No, I am being selfish and stupid and delusional. And while the 30s may seem to take away a lot from what you have, it gives you quite a few things in return. It gives you a little more time, it gives you a little more maturity, it gives you a little more wisdom. It allows you to think and to realize that ships look great together at a harbor, but the job of a ship is not to be tied down together and look great for a postcard. The job of a ship is to go on its own journey, to travel to its next destination. And by the end, the ships will cross each other's paths at another stop or another harbor. A little more older, a little more rusty, but with so many more stories about all the different journeys that they've been on. And as for myself, as for this ship, I think it's about time it pulls up its anchor and starts sailing on its own journey until we reach the next harbor again.